What's up, y'all? It's Ashley.
I'm Fee.
It's Melanie.
And Codie here. And you've tapped into
The Mama's Den.
Welcome back, mamas. It's 2024.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Wow.
We here.
2024.
It doesn't even feel real.
I would
What
say,
what
like,
part
how-
doesn't feel real?
Yeah, what?
Sitting here together.
I know.
On our new set, actually recording. Like, this feels weird.
I know.
It feels weird?
A little bit. Like, not bad, but it just feels weird. Like, it's all new and it feels new and it's weird.
I really like it.
Yeah.
It's a new
I'm so
year.
happy.
It's a new set.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a new you.
I want to be like,
Yes.
how's everyone been? Because we haven't recorded in a while, but we talk every day. And
We
I love
do
it.
talk every day.
We do.
We've been
But
anticipating
our
this.
people don't know.
Our listeners have been, they've been in my DMs, like, pressing. They're like, I don't know what to do without you guys. So we definitely have to give them a
Yeah.
Is that how it
update.
sounds
I
when you
agree.
read it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Frantic.
All right, so what has been going on?
You go first.
Girl, I don't know. You know what's the first thing that came to my mind was? Us celebrating your birthday.
Oh yeah, that was fun. That was fun. No, I had the best birthday. For everyone that doesn't know, they surprised me with a surprise slumber party. My best friend flew in.
Nalo.
We had matching pajamas. We went to breakfast. We walked on the beach. It was amazing. We watched a sad movie. Don't know why.
We
missed
watched the
Fee.
Best Man
We missed
holiday.
Fee. Fee was living her best life in where, Utah?
I was sliding down
Sliding
hills
down,
in
yeah.
Utah with my children.
That's beautiful, though. I definitely miss Fee, but I'm glad that you had that experience with your children. But it was great. I feel really blessed and happy.
Wait, you know what we did all do together? Can we say?
What?
Melanie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
That was all, girl, that was 2023. I forgot all that.
but we haven't recorded.
We haven't. So we also had a very special gathering in my house. Jared and I did a vow renewal and literally pulled this thing together when I tell you in 2.5 seconds. And my mama's Dan friends were there.
It was perfect.
It was
They
beautiful.
really were. You guys were there, and it really meant a lot. It really, really meant a lot because it wasn't intended to be a big thing. I didn't have many friends there, family. It was really just family, and y'all showed up for me, and it was very, very special. And I can't wait to show you guys the picture.
I mean, we've been waiting, girl.
I know, girl. I know, girl. Let me
Not
tell
only
you.
were we waiting, Ashley was instructing the photographer what to do.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Capricorn.
I was Capricorning, but no, I do want to say that you look so beautiful. I cried, and one takeaway that Chia and I had was like, wow, like Melanie and Jared are so blessed to have the family that they have. Both of you have both of your parents. They were both there, and just seeing you two with both of your parents like dancing and just having that intimate, beautiful moment. Like, I was like, that is really to me like what it means to be blessed in life. To
And
be able
both
to
of your
have
parents
that.
have been married like 30
Yes.
years, 40
They,
years.
47 years. My parents and Jared's parents, I think, are 46 years.
Wow.
Which is like really amazing. But you both, Fee and Ashley said that. They were like, we just feel so blessed because we don't have that necessarily in our family dynamics with our partners and the way that we are. So it's like, I was like, well, y'all are a part of my family, so y'all always gonna have it.
I know.
But it really was, and that was really one of the reasons why we did it. Like, I think even when we first got married in 2020, it was like, get it done, let's just do it, don't ask any questions. And then this was the same energy. My parents, his parents, everybody's getting older.
Yeah.
Life is just, time is not stopping, And I felt like, why not? Like, let's just do it. Let's just make it happen. And we pulled it together. And it was literally the perfect day.
It was so fun.
It was so
It
perfect. Like,
fun.
everything worked out. They were calling for rain. It didn't rain. It was overcast, which was perfect for the pictures. Everybody came. We just had this like unlimited pizza thing, wine, like music. It was
The drinks.
The drinks.
The bar
The
was
drinks
bar.
was getting drunk.
The
When I
drinks were
tell you-
getting drunk.
Wait, Melanie, y'all, her family loves to dance.
Girls.
I'm like, everybody.
Now
was
you don't make
dancing.
sense.
Yes,
It makes
does.
complete. It was such a reflection of who you are.
Yep.
I think that was the most beautiful part to witness. Was like, look at my friend and
Yeah.
like all her people.
Where she
It was
comes
bomb.
from.
It was
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah.
Well, you and your dad dancing when he came out on. I was like,
My dad. That was a really big moment for my dad to walk me down the aisle. And like, I've never really, I think, traditionally been like, oh, it's just like a thing. But my dad and I are very close. And my dad is just, he's just so special. It's just like very important for him to walk me down the aisle right now. Like it was just very, very important.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I was.
And your DJ Cammy Cam.
DJ Cammy Cam.
Sweet
Okay, well,
boy,
first of all, shout out to
sweet
DJ
baby.
Reg West, who is one of Jared's oldest friends, who literally, Jared was like, hey, me and Mel are going to do this thing in the backyard. Like, if you can make it, we would love for you to come. DJ Reg West was like, with less than a week's notice, says, I'll be there. Aww. And not only will I be there, I will bring the DJ equipment that I need, and I'm going to DJ for y'all just like on GP just because I want to be there. He came in the morning and left that night.
Yeah, he did.
And just kept the vibes going the whole day, and then had Cam on the mic, and just it was great. And I think that that's also the other thing too. This was really special because my children were able to be there. You know, and like in typical fashion, your children ain't supposed to be at your wedding. Bump that, like
man,
right?
Shoot.
The elders
Around these crowds.
Amira was at mine.
the elders, you know, but
To
I
what
think,
extent?
but I think no, but you know, like once upon a time, it was like,
Yeah.
right. But I'm like, none of that really matters. Like my children are a part of our story,
Yeah.
and I was so happy that even for them, they get to remember that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they'll remember that, and then you know, Kaya definitely.
What was she
Girl,
yelling?
she is so funny.
Was it Elmo?
Yes, Elmo.
Elmo.
Where you
Elmo.
at? Where you at?
During the vows, just talking about Elmo.
2-year-olds really know how to ruin a moment.
And then she went to sleep for like basically the whole like
Yes.
celebration after the ceremony. And then she woke up just in time so we could get a family portrait.
Girl, the way
We got
I
her
told the
dressed.
photographer,
Auntie Ashley, she said, go put that baby back in that dress. I said, I know that's right. She said, she gonna be mad when she get these pictures.
Yes, I said, go get that baby dress and go take the pictures with that whole family right
Yes,
now.
and we got it. And we got it. So yeah, we had a lot of exciting stuff. I would also like to say that 2024 also started out very ghetto for me. We got sick. I got COVID. The baby got COVID. And we were just down bad. And then it was just like, I feel like one thing after another, just like our dog, something happened to our dog. January 47th couldn't have come sooner when I tell you. And then, you know, like, and then the February started, and then February feels like it's just going so fast.
Yeah, girl.
But I really do feel like everybody kind of energetically in 2024 was off to a slow start.
Yeah.
It felt very,
I feel like
everybody.
this keeps happening.
It does.
January is it's a rough month.
It's
these
rough.
last few years.
It has been.
But you know what? I have a really optimistic feeling about 2024.
Me too.
I do. Like, you know, when people are really like, it's going to be the best year ever, and you know it's about to be trash because you didn't set yourself up for it to be successful.
Yeah.
I really do feel like 2024 is good. Like, it's going to be a good year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just have like an instinct about it.
Yeah.
And so I feel optimistic about it. So even when I was going through some of the hardest moments of the beginning of the year, emotionally, physically, energetically, whatever it was, I just literally was telling myself, all right, one day at a time. One day at a time, like slow to start, you'll get there. Like it's a marathon, keep going. And so, you know, now February's here, we're just rolling in, and I feel energized again.
Yeah, I'm happy to be
I feel
here.
energized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Codie? What you do? What you?
Me?
what's-
I mean, I was just
new in
kicking
your
it with
world?
y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, as soon as
update.
Melanie said that, it reminded me because I try to forget. Me and two of my children had COVID just last week.
Yeah, fun times.
And it was awful. Like we didn't have symptoms, but like the amount of things that we missed and the amount of like trying to be successful at home with my children also there, then trying to keep them away from each other because initially it was just two of us, and then Langston tests positive on the 5th day of me and Aristotle, and Brooke stayed negative, and it was like, Lord, we can't do this.
Yeah.
So that, you know, that PTSD just kind of came up in me right now. You know, outside of that, same. Like it's just been trying to spend time with y'all and try to get through these work days.
I really like
But
your
you're
nails.
doing
I'm
it.
sorry.
I know,
Every
I was
time
just
you-
about to say,
Girl,
I'm
every
also
time
a
you
we can do
nail
nail
girly,
cam.
I'm a nail girly now.
Yes.
I think we should start doing a nail
nail
cam.
cam.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure.
Yes. Oh, we should.
A nail
I like
cam.
that. Okay, we'll do a nail
Okay,
cam.
after tomorrow because I'm getting my nails
Wait, can I say what I've been doing too?
Yes, of course.
No,
I
not
see
you.
Tiffany's finger.
Yes.
I'm like, wait, Tiffany, I didn't tell
No,
her.
definitely
Okay.
tell us, and
So,
then you can warm us up into these sweatshirts that you bought us.
Oh, okay, yes. I'm excited to talk about these sweatshirts. So, just a quick update on 2024. So, I am working on being that much more transparent because my friend over here to the left of me, Ashley, she's like, you're just hard to read. I can't figure it out. So, I started 2024 single, saying this out loud, but we are happy and we are okay. And we are choosing thyself. So you're definitely going to hear a lot of that energy. I've been spending more time with God, which you guys all know. My daughter got baptized, so we're excited about that. So it's just like, it's just like family, love, energy, choosing yourself, and that's that. So, okay, now into these sweaters.
Wait, I just want to. I
like-
want to say one thing quick.
That's all I have
I know
for
we
you.
getting
Don't ask
wrapped
no
up, but we
questions.
haven't spoken like this on air in a minute. Before we get into these things, and we said this the last time we were together, and I just wanted to say, like, this season of life is really beautiful on you.
Yes.
Because we've journeyed through a lot of seasons, and you are just really in like this very peaceful, joyful. Every time we see you, your energy is light. You feel wonderful, and
how I
like,
feel.
you're wearing it. So
I'm like, I feel
love
that
it
in
for
my
you.
soul. I feel very optimistic about 2024 as well. I was like, it just feels different.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, not to
different.
piggyback off of her, but I was going to say that when you were saying that you felt like this year was going to be a good year, I specifically feel that for you. Like you are putting out a lot of positive, loving, healing energy, and it makes me feel like I can see like blessings coming your way. Like just the energy that you're putting out there and focusing on your faith and yourself. Like I just love seeing you like this, Fee. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, baby girl.
I love y'all.
Okay.
I love y'all.
About the sweaters though?
Yes.
Okay, so this was our Christmas present because we all love to just talk about our zodiac signs all the time.
Full transparency, the three of you do. I just participate, but carry on.
I love you.
I don't hate.
Hey, it's a Scorpio.
I don't hate.
You know what? You're right.
It's actually kind of true.
You're
I
actually
think I
right.
don't think
Y'all
I
never
noticed
noticed that?
I don't think I noticed that until right now.
Shit about an astrological sign, but what y'all tell me?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my
you
God.
are not.
Y'all are just realizing this?
Because I think we just talk about it so much and then tell you.
I
and then-
clump her together.
Yeah.
with
Like,
me.
you be like Scorpio. Da, da, da,
Yeah.
Well, you really
speak like
don't.
both of
Cool
us.
story, bro.
I don't know what
Well,
y'all
just so you
talking
know,
about.
you're a Scorpio, you're a Cancer rising. I already did your chart.
See, I love it when you guys inform me.
Yes.
Yeah, we got
Oh,
you.
she's definitely a Cancer rising. Lord, what's her moon?
Don't you
know?
even.
I don't remember.
Don't you even.
All of that said, Felicia bought us these beautiful sweatshirts.
And which she brought to my ceremony and gave to all of us, which was like the best.
Yeah.
I had
it
to
was.
get
Yes,
these Christmas
'cause we were
presents.
gonna
I
see you
love
before you left.
these.
I was like, they're just
Oh
so
my
comfortable,
God.
and everybody's zodiac sign. As soon as I saw them, I was like, nah, I got to get these for the girls.
What, Ashley?
They're
What's wrong with your
I
sweatshirt?
spilled something on it. Didn't really.
I feel like you spill stuff on your stuff a lot.
I do.
I do too.
And I do.
For
And I
our,
do.
for our video
I'm a ch-
audience, they
I'm
will
a-
get to see your spill.
It's okay. It's
Zoom in on the
It's
spill.
right by my nip.
Great.
Are you milking?
Love that.
I still have milk in my titties. Yes, at all, or breast. I have milk in
Okay,
my
guys,
breast.
we have a numerologist today.
Oh, yeah. What?
Like we have a
excited.
Zoom guest. This is very new for us.
Oh,
I'm
it
excited.
is. It's everything new.
Everything
new.
new.
Trying new things.
I'm always learning from you guys about my sign and my rising and my moon and things. And now hopefully y'all might learn something from
I'm
somebody.
so
I'm
excited.
excited.
I'm a whole
I'm excited.
expert.
I'm excited.
A brother named Lloyd, okay?
Oh,
brother
a
named
brother
Lloyd.
named Lloyd.
Okay, so before we get to
Lloyd.
Lloyd, because you know, I'm the newbie. Here are little facts that I read from allure.com about astrology, okay, and
okay.
numerology.
Ooh, I'm excited.
So they complement one another. All right, I'm gonna read straight up. Numerology enhances your understanding of self by revealing not just how you express yourself, but where you output your inherent energy. For instance, numerology reveals the age of your soul. Would you pseudo experts agree?
Shoot.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We believe in numerology, girl.
Absolutely.
I
Oh
like
my
it.
God, I'm 777 years old. Then.
Girl,
believe that.
Bye.
Numerology is also a great tool for making sense of recurring digits. Huh.
That
With
is true.
numerology, you
numbers.
can use specific pieces of information such as home address to derive details.
Yes, girl.
Yes.
What if I'm renovating?
The fact,
What if
all
I'm
three of
renovating
us,
my house and I live somewhere else?
What happened?
Which home address are we talking?
it depends on where you're
It
at.
depends.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can like add numbers together. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
interesting.
Lloyd got you. Lloyd
All
got
right.
you.
Okay, so if there are numbers that keep coming in your life, like for example, Beyonce identifies the number 4 a lot, which I love.
I'm a 4.
Yes.
Oh, you are.
So I love that you guys like align with this. Okay, so let's get into it. We have Lloyd Strayhorn, numerologist
that's correct.
and astrologist from Harlem.
Harlem.
Hi, Lloyd. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Thank you.
Tell us
Thank
a little
you.
bit more about that, because I don't know.
Well, I'm a product of Harlem, born in Harlem. It's the capital of the epicenter of the Black consciousness, things of that
I
nature.
know that's right.
But I happen to be what is called an astronumerologist, is one who studies the stars, and on the other side study the numbers. Oftentimes the question is which came first, like the chicken and the egg theory. Well, numerology came first because in order to get your birthday done, ladies, you got to give them a set of numbers: the month, the day, and the year you're born, along with the time you're born. All of that's expressed in numbers, which means numbers had to precede the study of the stars before, but astrology is far more popular. This is why you can pick up any newspaper, with the exception of the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times, with a horoscope section in it, so you can see your daily going on and stuff like that. And horoscopes are actually the most popular thing. In fact, I have a numerology app that you can download on your phone. It's called A Star 8.
Okay.
ASTAR, the number 8. Okay, so if you got a Google or if you got an iPhone, you can download it, tell you your lucky numbers, and it tells you a whole lot more. But
Yeah.
these are very, very ancient sciences.
Yeah.
That you best believe. They're older than you can ever imagine. And so this is what I do, and I find it very entertaining. Plus, I have issues about being nosy, or I would call it curious, because every one of you are divinely special. And here's how I look at it: you ladies, everybody walking around, it, we know biologically it took millions and millions of sperm going after one egg. And when
We do
that
know.
one sperm met that one egg, you and I became a result of it. So you can't tell me, ladies, y'all are not special. I don't care what nobody said. And so it's how we look at our half glass of life: half empty, half full. Mine is always full. That's why everybody I meet, I enjoy. Everybody is extremely extraordinary, extremely special. They just have to find the specialness within themselves. And that I cannot do. The beauty about numerology is this: unlike its cousin, astrology, both astrology and numerology deals with your birthday, but numerology deals with your name. So as I explain to my clients, your birthday tells me the why you're here, but your name tells me the what you know.
Mm.
It denotes your natural talents and gifts and skills and abilities. It leads to occupational clues and things of that nature. And it tells me the possible clue to the parent or person who named you by way of the zodiac sign or birth number. And that's what makes it so fascinating. And in fact, I've wrote several books on this. In fact, this is one of my books right here,
I know that's right.
Numbers in You. But for
Okay.
you ladies, I think y'all will enjoy this. This is Lloyd's Book of Numbers, a blueprint to a cosmic blueprint to happiness and joy. That's what I do. And that's the difference. So the name tells a lot about you, what you bring to the table in the world. And by the way, your name is what draws to you certain signs,
Mm-hmm.
because the name is like the teacher, where the birthday is like the pupil.
I'm Melanie. Okay, I'm born on the July 4th.
You are a water sign with an air number. So being a water sign with an air number, so that means intuitions, feeling things very deeply, but yet using the powers of logic and deduction, but the ability to think outside the box. That's why you will have secret enemies: jealousy, envy, insecurity. But that's because you're really a genius. You are so futuristic, you're kind of ahead of everybody. So you'll say something now, and then the group of ladies in the room will begin to catch up with you later on and say, "Oh, now I see what you're talking about." So far, you're the only one out of the four so far that have four numbers, where 95% of the people only have three numbers, and your numbers are the 4, 1, 2, and 7 in that order.
Those are
Four,
those are all my
1,
favorite
2,
numbers.
and 7.
wow.
And you always will attract odd and unusual relationships too, where people will question, how did y'all hook up, or what's that about?
That's funny.
And you're very sensitive. And I will say this: you will forgive somebody, but you ain't gonna forget
We
it.
ain't never
Yeah,
forgetting, never.
Never
You ain't
ever.
gonna forget it.
Fool me once.
So I wouldn't mess with you. I wouldn't mess with you. I'd be at peace.
This is true.
Thank
We done
you.
synced
Now,
it.
Okay,
Cody.
All right.
Codie.
Yes,
you
sir.
next.
All right. October 31st.
October 31st. Isn't that interesting? You two have fours as a common denominator. So you are a Scorpio, but you are a Scorpio 4 person because you're born on the 31st of the month. So you would be a water sign with an air number, just like Felicia. Okay.
Okay.
So, but you know what
And
it
me.
tells me about your birthday, though? It tells me you were out on your own, probably between your 19th and 22nd birthday, Codie. Somewhere either leaving for school, saying, think I got this, or whatever the case is. Very, very independent,
Mm-hmm.
very self-reliant. Thought you might have grown up wanting to be a lawyer or a doctor or a scientist, or go into your own world and things of that nature.
Is this
But
true,
you are
Cody?
super, super sensitive. If people only knew that. This is why you
shit
and
right there.
Melanie are sitting right next to each other, because she's born on the 4th and you're born on the 31st, and 3 plus 1 is 4. So you too, my dear, like to think outside the box. You too will have secret enemies because of jealousy
Not the
and
secret
envy
enemies.
I know.
and
Both enemies.
insecurity. And it's always a question, as a puzzle as to why, when you're just trying to handle your business, okay? And you, like Melanie, when somebody cross you, that's a wrap. So, you just
Facts.
don't forget. You'll forgive them. You go to family reunion and say, "Hi, Auntie." But you say, "You know what, Auntie? It was my brother that broke your vase, not me."
Right.
Gave you the thing. So you're not the one. So all of you are very, very unique. That is for sure. And all of you, I think, are different in your own way. Now, then there are months that are very important for you too. So I will go from left to right. I'll start with Felicia, born October 23rd. That means you're blessed with 6 months. Your months are always in April, May, and June, September, October, November.
Mm.
Your mom, your dad, your children, your mate, your whatever the case is, but always when things happen, it's always around late March into April, May, and June. Then on the other side of the summer, it's August into September, October, and November. Now, in the case of Ashley, who is a Capricorn 9 person, her months are always in January, uh, April, and May, October, and November. Those are normally the months. And when I say that, the months that y'all maybe got married, got engaged, got children, got find your job, got a car, whatever, these are months that are normally very important for you. So again, um, Ashley, it is the month of January, followed by May and June, followed by October and November, and just before you hit those months. Now, in the case of Codie, her best months are always in the month of February, like right now,
Yeah, Cody.
followed by June, July, and August. Well, actually, I'm standing corrected because she is a Scorpio 4 person. So that means her best months are the months of February, April, August, and November.
Okay.
And just before you hit those months. So it's late January into February, late March into April, late July into August, and late October into the month of November. And saving the best for last with Melanie, her best months are always in February, June, July, and August.
Okay. I love the summer.
You are a summer girl.
Yeah, and this is when, and so when you look at the milestones in your life, married, children, job, career, car, house, whatever milestones, that you will find that these months have been significant for you one way or the other.
Wait, when did you get married?
And this is how, see, because if a person could be in the wrong place at the wrong time, why can't you be in the right place at the right time?
You know what? Plan for it.
Okay.
Plan for it.
Yeah.
This is true. I believe in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to
And
listen
then
to
it
this
even
again and write it
affect your
down.
health too. So I'll start with Felicia on the left side. She's a 5. 5 rules the nervous system. This is mental irritability. That's why she don't like repeating herself too many times. She don't like people to slow, dull, or boring, keep it moving. Okay. Some concerns with the hands, the arms, the shoulders. She has one of the best in advance warning systems because when you're under a lot of pressure, Felicia, you'll find that all of a sudden you experience some twitching around some part of the face, particularly around the eyes or the mouth. That's your sign to tell you to slow it down. All righty.
that
Other
true?
than that, the nervous system, the hands, the arms, the
true for
shoulder.
me.
It's
With
true
you,
for me. My eye
Ashley,
always twitches.
you tend to be more accident prone than illness prone. Diseases don't like you. Injuries and accidents like you. Nick cutting some food in the kitchen, burn, ironing, rushing to go somewhere, things like that, little fender bender, those kinds of things. And both you ladies, Codie and Melanie, have one thing in common. It is your state of mind that affects what you do. You had a bad or sudden breakup, y'all are going to the dumps.
Child.
Lost a certain job.
Send an email
so
to the whole
so
team.
y'all got to be careful who
Need
y'all
people to
hang out
understand that.
with. And I not for you two, I'd tell you don't watch too much television.
Yep.
Because it's like who shot John, blew up the world, and by that time y'all can get into a funk.
I don't watch any of that.
Wait, can you
And
tell
doctors
me?
tend to misunderstand both of you. That's the one thing y'all both share in common,
Doctors
Codie
tend to
and Melanie.
misunderstand both of
Y'all
us.
go to the doctor, they
very
can't
interesting.
quite figure out what's wrong with you
Yeah.
because it's all in a state of mind.
Lloyd, Ashley has a question too.
Oh, I just wanted to know if you could tell me if I was a witch in my past life.
Are you?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
If I was a witch in my past life.
Lloyd said that's not my job.
I don't know about past lives, but I know this.
But that's where
I
I
know
draw a
this.
line
You
now.
are a fire number, which means you're fiery, passionate, proactive, a lot of get up and go. And this will explain in relationships sometime why in the relationships, the partner will think you're being overly assertive or overly demanding. But you know what you want, you're going to speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said if you don't want the truth, don't go talk to
Ashley.
Ashley. Okay, with Felicia, again, she is a Scorpio 5 person. So that means she's born on the 23rd of October. That makes her an air sign with a water number. Now, fives are normally a number that's described as multi-talented, multifaceted, multidimensional. This is why they don't have too much time to repeat themselves. So you got to keep it moving. With 5, which is ruled by air, and air is all over the place, I'd say the secret to holding on to Felicia more than anything is to give her some breathing space. Here's what's cute. We first start dating, right? We get up, I say, yo, boo, where you going? She said, oh, ain't that nice? I ask that every single day, every single week, every single month. That drive her crazy. She say, honey, I'm going out to get some cigarettes and never come back, okay?
Not some cigarettes and never come back.
Wait, what are Felicia's numbers again?
Her numbers, again, are the 5, the 9, and the 6 in that order. And it's very important about the order. Let's say you're going to play the lottery. Well, if I'll put it this way. Let's say I wanted to unlock the safe to Felicia's heart. I'd have to come to her lock and dial the 5 first, the 9, then the 6, and I could open and come in. Any other arrangement of those 3 numbers, the lock is closed.
Not him telling all your passwords.
So it's a matter of knowing what your numbers are.
Okay, can you?
So now with you, Ashley,
Yes.
you are a Capricorn 9 person because you're born on the 27th of December. And you being, that means you would be an earth sign with a fire number. Earth represents people who are very pragmatic, very grounded, very down to earth. But the 9 represents that passion, that get up and go, okay, honey, what we going to do about this? All righty.
It's very much me.
And so you're in relationships, your problem is you never had a problem finding a male. It's finding a man. That's where your issue comes in.
Lord.
All right? That's how you roll. Because when you step to the plate, they can't be bashful and shy and hemming and hawing. They gotta meet you toe to toe. Not that you are assertive like that, but you've always been a person that have played your ground, that stood your ground, that told it the way it was. And so this is why you're not too popular with the women so much as the men. You know, Moms Mabley, the famous comic, used to say, the only thing a woman can do for her is bring me a man, and that's Ashley.
I actually like women better than men.
Oh, man. Hilarious.
Oh, wait, what were my numbers again?
Your numbers in the following order are the 9, 8, and 6. So if I wanted to unlock the safe to your heart, beautiful lady, I'd have to come to your safe and dial the number 9 first, then the number 8, then the number 6, then I could get in. But any other arrangement of those 3 numbers, I'll get a piece of money, but I won't get all of the money as if I played it straight in the lottery.
That's right. Do y'all remember your numbers?
I just remember. I think my numbers were 4, 2, 1, and 7.
You had 4 numbers.
What were
In that
Melanie's
order,
numbers?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. It's 4, 1, 2, and 7.
4, 1, 2, and 7.
4,
Okay.
1, 2, and 7.
Got it.
I was just going to listen back. But Lloyd, what were my numbers?
Your numbers, Codie, are the 4, 1, and 9 in that
Oh, you
order.
have a 9 as well.
9 and 9.
That's why
and
you
8.
attract odd. Both you ladies, you, Codie, and you, Melanie, have one thing in common. You are always known to attract odd and unusual relationships. They're never normal.
Hilarious.
Honestly, that
We have a lot in
It's
common.
either
actually.
like, you
Yes,
know,
you do.
One in thing,
We
but
do.
it's like
Taking
3
me
things.
out with the odd and
that
unusual.
y'all have in common. But the
Odd.
other
What's
thing
that
that
say
runs
about y'all?
between all 4 of you, is
Honest,
first of all,
looking at
you
us,
will
like-
always attract younger men at the same time.
Oh, hey.
I'm married to a
The
younger
opposite words, You
man.
may say, well,
Same,
Lloyd, I
but
like a
6
more
months, 9
mature
months,
guy,
I don't know.
around my age.
I've never
But
attracted a
all of
younger
y'all
man.
do have that in
I have.
common, that y'all tend to attract men younger. And that's the operative word, attract. That don't mean you have to.
Look
Right.
good.
That don't mean you act on it.
That's just because we
But
look
you will
good.
attract younger men.
All right, Lloyd, I have a question before we get out of here. Lloyd, when is your birthday? What's your sign?
My birthday is on February 16th.
Oh, come
Happy
on now,
birthday,
Aquarius.
Aw.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us
Y'all
today
know
on
how
the
to make a
Mama's
man
Day.
feel good. That was
You knew that already, though.
You knew that already. You did. You knew you knew the energy. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us on the Mama's Den. And one more time, let the people know where they can find you.
Well, they can go to Linktree /numbers in you. They'll get my podcast, my audiobooks. They can download my mobile app for the phone, a star 8. And they can get my online courses. They can get me on TikTok. They can get me, just go to Linktree/numbers and you.
Numbers and you.
Perfect.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Lloyd, for
Lloyd.
everything. Bye.
Thanks, ladies.
Have a blessed
may I
day
say
and
before I
birthday.
close, y'all are absolutely beautiful. It's
Aw.
like all 4 of you in the room, I wouldn't know which one to choose.
Well, not Felicia, because she
No.
ain't got time for it.
So, how do you guys feel about the reading that we had with Lloyd? You already know I believe in numerology, astrology, all of the things. It was interesting for me because the numbers that he said, like repeating numbers in my family are 9, 7s, 3, 6, 3, 6, 7, and 9. Like my address, my home that I lived in, my kids' birthdays, my name, like was 6, 7, 9. Everything, even the house. The reason why we picked the house that we live in now, like the address, when we pulled up, me and my mom looked at each other like, it's meant to be. And there were literally no other bidders or anything on our house like this. I really, really, really believe in that. But do you all feel like connected to what he told you, or are you feeling like, I don't know?
I definitely feel connected to what he told me. I didn't. Okay, I meant to tell you guys this later on, but I'm glad I saved it for the show. I got a reading recently, and the woman, she was telling me, it was like an hour-long reading, but she was telling me specifically about numbers. And a lot of times I wake up at 3:30 or 3:33 in the morning, and when I wake up, I just start praying. Like, I'll just start talking. And she randomly was like, you wake up a lot at this time. She knew the exact time stamp, and she was like, that's your great-grandmother. You're talking to your ancestors. And I had no idea, but I would just felt like I have to wake up and pray. So then she started talking about career. And she was like, I really think that you need to be on a podcast. Like, literally, this woman doesn't know. She only knew my first name. So I think you should be on a podcast. She was like, and when you do a podcast, it's going to be very successful. Like, that's where you're supposed to, that's the lane that you're supposed to go down to, all this stuff. So I was like, the lady said it, y'all. So I guess it's real.
That's
Not
dope.
you waking up at 3:30 and praying. I wake up at 3:30 mad.
Yeah, girl. I be
Well,
up, and then I'll
ladies,
fall back
oh
asleep.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
and then I'll
You
fall
need to
back
get on your
asleep.
black knees and pray.
You're right. Not black
Your
knees.
parents didn't used to say that? Oh my God, my grandma used to say that all the time. You better get on your black knees and pray.
Yeah, that's not, well, my mom wouldn't say black knees, but she would be like, that's when you're supposed to pray. So I just did it by
my knees are
habit.
black.
Yeah. But I totally believe in numerology, 100,000%.
Yeah.
What about
What
you?
about you, Mel?
No, I believe in it. I mean, all the numbers that he said are my numbers. Have literally, without even knowing, I've always chosen them. Like
Wow.
sports, number 2 has always been one of my favorite numbers. If it wasn't 2, it was 22. If it wasn't 2, it was 4 because it was an iteration of
Yeah,
of 2.
yeah.
Like 11s, all of it. Like 1, 7. I'm the 7th month. Like all those numbers absolutely resonated with me.
Yeah. Wait, what about your kids' birthdays? Your birthday, Jared's birthday. What are those numbers?
Jared is the 17th.
Okay.
Cameron is the 14th.
Okay.
So that's a 1 and a 4 in
8,
there.
4.
There's a 1 and a 7.
Yeah.
And Kaya's the 18th. So the 8 isn't there, but
Wow.
8 isn't,
Oh, but it
it's
lands
negative.
to 9. And
Yeah.
aren't you?
I'm not a
yeah.
9.
Oh, dang.
I'm not a 9.
Oh, I tried to plug something for you.
Ashley is. That's
But Kaya was supposed to be born on 1/1.
wait, Kai is the 18th.
She's the 18th
So
of
that's
December.
a 9, like Ashley, her
9.
real mother.
Like Ashley,
She has
her
a
real-
Capricorn
she-
moon, right?
She is a Capricorn rising.
Rising. Okay, yeah.
She's a Capricorn rising, but she was supposed to be born on 1/1. That was her
Listen.
original due date.
My
Everything is
birthday is
everything.
the 27th. Azar's is the 27th. Asia's birthday is the 21st. Amir's is the 12th. My dad's is the 23rd. Rebecca's was the 3rd. Like, I'm telling you, these numbers repeat.
Yeah.
Tata was born 11, 22, 21.
Yep.
It over and over and over again. You cannot tell me no different.
Yeah.
And Chia's birthday is the 17th, but it equals 8. And now I'm just like,
Why am I just putting together that both of our husbands, who happen to be very similar, have the 17th as their birthdays? I
I
didn't
don't
realize
know,
that.
girl. We've discussed it
I
before.
forgot this. Okay, but now I really want to know. The real question is, Codie,
Yes.
what do you think? Because we know you don't think about
Right.
this at all.
I don't. I
Skeptiana.
don't, but I do. You know what I mean? Like I don't reject it. But so overall, I'm on board with Lloyd.
Two different people. We are who we are, and then we are who we are as mothers, and
That part.
they're not always the same at all.
A bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, he was
that
talking
he
to
lost
Codie.
me in the beginning. I was like, glad everyone
But
else
what,
is feeling
what
it.
about the independent part about going into? I thought it was really interesting that he said maybe you wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor.
That part was interesting, right?
Which was
So,
really interesting.
At
because
first, I was like, he was being independent between 19 and 22. I mean, I was definitely in college. I definitely was completely out of state. I was far away from my family, and my mom's a doctor and my dad's a lawyer. the other way around.
Other way around.
My dad's a doctor, my mom's a lawyer. And so for sure, while I almost was a lawyer, I never wanted to be a doctor, but those are very reasonable directions for him to gather. Oh shoot, you know what we're doing now? We're gonna do like listener questions.
Oh,
I almost forgot, and I'm so excited because y'all be sending us questions.
Yay.
And while we are not experts, we are 4 people with 11 children between us.
I mean,
And opinions.
So let's go, Felicia, lead us.
I know. Okay, so here is one all about balance. We love to see it. Okay, so here we go. Hello, mamas. I appreciate your candor. I had to ask Ashley what that word means, and I have no problem admitting that on air.
I love you.
So your candor and sense of humor throughout each episode. I'm married with 2 kids and 1 on the way. What I know about myself is that I try to do all the things all the time. Sounds like us. I feel like if I say no to opportunities, both professional and personally, I'll miss out. I'm at a point where something has to give to protect my peace, but I don't know how to make that decision. If I step away from work, we're down to 1 income, and if I stay on the work grind, I miss out on the moments with my kids. Not because I'm not there, but I'm too tired to be in the moment. You ladies seem to have this figured out. Would love your thoughts on how to navigate the balance of having it all. Ooh.
I don't know who lied to you,
Michelle
Jack.
Obama, I feel like said it so good. Is like you can have everything, but just not all at once.
I said that before her.
I said that before her.
I said that
I
before
heard
her.
that on Jay Shetty, and I was like, Michelle.
I said that too.
Did you steal that from our
I
caption?
put that on the internet. No, but I actually, frankly, and you know this, I actually heard someone say that on this podcast I listened to called Boss Babe.
Okay.
And she has 3 kids, and she's a CEO of a company, and she said you can have it all, but not at the same time.
Yeah.
I agree
And
with
I've
that.
been saying it ever since, and then Michelle took it from me and Ashley. But anyway,
Yeah.
I have thoughts.
But she's a
but
Capricorn, so I don't feel like she stole it. She just didn't know we exist. That's what I'm going to land on, because we don't typically steal.
You're
other
saying
people's
that
ideas.
Michelle Obama doesn't know we exist?
I mean,
She
sure,
knows I exist,
but I don't feel like
right?
she stole
I
our
have to come up
saying,
on that
'cause that's my
timeline.
girl in my
Same,
head.
same.
She wouldn't steal from me.
All right.
No,
Well,
okay, wait. So Melanie, do you wait? Is that it? Is that all we're
That's the
saying
question.
about it?
No, I have something to say.
Oh,
Say
because
it.
let's
Like, how do
say
we
it.
have it all? It looks as though we all have it all together.
Okay, well we don't, so that's a lie.
Yeah.
We totally don't. Oh yes.
Focus Force.
It's my birthday, and my photos
Force.
on my watch they circulate.
Force, focus.
And one of them is for my birthday, and it was us. See,
okay.
that's okay. We have a video audience too. Okay, go to YouTube. But mine, what I'm gonna say, and Tiffany, our producer, might kill me because it might create more conversation, and it's almost time for us to be done here.
Okay.
But because I had a little bit of a revelation recently.
Oh, I love a revelation.
And that is, well, my biggest answer to sis is that you don't have to have it all figured out. I think we all are saying we don't have it all figured out, and you just have to protect your peace at every step, and that might look different yesterday and today and tomorrow.
Amen.
But I had a revelation, which was over the last 7+ years, and I always know the number because I was pregnant with Brooks when we licensed Black Love to own. So I know that Black Love as a company, as a show, is the same age as Brooks. Between the show and launching the company Black Love, and so the pieces of the company, blacklove.com, multiple episodes of the show, events, a podcast network, etc. My revelation recently was that I did not say no enough. I had in my head, like there's so many things that we've done that I think we could have and should have done better. But I think for me personally, and my mental health and my understanding of myself as a mother and a woman and a business person, I'm like showing up as way less percentage of each of those things than I want to. Because of times where I should have said no. And again, it new in the motherhood journey. Like I literally had this baby, and then Owen was like, great, we'll take the show. Please deliver it in 3 months or whatever it was. And when I look up at just everything from choosing to be editor-in-chief of blacklove.com at one point, and just many things, and not just I should have said no. It wasn't like it was forced on me. Some of those things I was like, I can do everything. I'm a mom. That doesn't stop me. And that doesn't mean that moms should be stopped. It just means that I was trying to live up to an image of balance, right? Moms can do this. I can do that. I have these new kids coming, but I'll figure it out. I was trying to live up to that. and some things that were pressure for me in terms of
Yeah.
people wanting my time and my effort. And I own now, sadly, 7 years in, that I should have said no a lot more.
I feel that.
And if
Sad
my
and
if my
beautiful.
regret helps somebody,
Yeah.
like please
feel
let it
that.
help, sis.
That's real. I reposted it in my stories. This lady was talking about how it's so funny how everything's rooted in racism, honestly. But she was talking about how this country was built on the backs of free labor from Black people, but that Black people are lazy is something that has been like propaganda.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times Black people don't realize that a lot of their drive and their work ethic comes from a subconscious need to prove that they're not the lazy Black. And so I was like,
Aw
that
to
is
us, 'cause I know
so
where you're
real,
going.
because they're like, why and you have to think about this also applies if you're an immigrant, right? If you come here, you want to prove that you belong in this country and prove that you're not taking somebody else's spot, and I'm just as hardworking. And so
and
people
prove that you left for a good reason.
Yes.
Like you have all
Yes.
of this to prove, this baggage.
yeah, like not just you being somewhere safe is enough, but like now I got to be somewhere safer, and I just
Yeah.
cross this ocean, and now I'm super like that's
Yeah.
like enough is just the fact that you're existing, but we don't believe that, and so we're always trying to prove something to these imaginary people
And to yourself.
Yes.
And to yourself,
it's
exactly.
But where is that coming from? Like
Yeah.
proving it to ourselves is rooted in something that was made up that made us believe that we have to be all the things and be the mom and say yes and da 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 da. So to piggyback after Codie, like I would just tell her, what was her name? I don't know.
It didn't say
Oh, okay.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
I would just say to do the things that bring you joy in this moment. So
Yeah.
if being with your children more and your family can afford it brings you more joy, then do that,
Yep.
because they're only little but for so long. But also if you're like, I prefer working and I'm going to get childcare and that brings you joy, then do that, because literally it drives Melanie crazy when I say this, but we're all going to die. And
it's real though.
no, we are.
real.
And like you
That's my
don't
favorite
know
thing
how
to say.
long your life is. And you really should do the things that bring you joy, because who's
Yeah.
to say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to feel
100%.
like you were fulfilled and you did whatever it was. So
Yeah.
don't feel bad. If you don't want to go to work, girl, don't go to work.
My biggest prayer when I was becoming an entrepreneur and having children was God put me in a space where I'm able to be a present mom and work. And so for myself, I have to have very clear boundaries. So if that means that I still have to work, like in her situation, right? Like if you can't work full time, maybe you can work part time
Yeah.
so that there is some type of income coming in. But then also spending time with my kids was important because, like we said, they're only going to be this small for so long.
Yeah.
So that definitely was my and I'm content every day. I have to find balance. It's a everyday thing. It's a every week thing. Some weeks I'm more flexible. Other weeks I'm like, dang, I'm stressed and I feel like I haven't had quality time. But I'm grateful for the space, and and I also know that this is a life that I chose. You know, so
that's real.
I feel you, girl.
Yeah.
What about you, Mel? Did you already say it?
I didn't, but you guys covered a lot of it. I think the one thing that I would add is that this perception from the outside is always so different, because there's people out there longing to have a family. There's people out there who pray for it and don't have it. And all they do have are their jobs, or they feel like they've missed their window for family because they invested so much time into their careers. And, it sounds like this person is in a space where they have both and they're just trying to find the balance. And sometimes productivity looks like spending time with your children, right? And then sometimes it looks like I got to go on a work trip, right? But I think the most important thing from the perspective we stand in is that you cannot show up anywhere else if you are not whole within yourself. So I don't subscribe to necessarily self-sacrificing any version of yourself to please anyone else. There's sacrifice within like parameters of motherhood and responsibility, but who you are as a person matters, and your children need to see that, and you need to be that, and you just have to find it every day, day by day. That's it. Because just like Ashley said, like tomorrow is not promised.
Yeah.
So you gotta do what works for you today.
That's real.
I love it.
Me too.
Well, listeners, if you have any more questions, be sure to hit us up at podcast@blacklove.com, podcast with an S, and we will get to your questions.
We will.
We will.
Oh my God.
We will.
You
love
guys are so
today. I love today. Today was so great to be back in this space. How do y'all feel about today's episode?
Good. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I missed you guys.
I missed you guys,
This
too.
is my therapy, honey. I could not wait to get out of the house.
With them kids.
With them kids. Well, you know what's exciting?
Yeah.
Is our new set.
Yes.
We're back with new episodes.
Yes.
And for everybody listening, you can now watch the episodes, which is very exciting. We heard you. We received all the intention setting. We said it. Y'all said it. So we now have videos the day after a new episode launches. So we launch podcast episodes on Monday, and on Tuesday, you can watch the episodes on Black Love YouTube channel. And every week. All right. So look out for these looks and these fashions, okay? Because now we got to get dressed.
Now we have to try.
We have to try.
But also follow us on the Mama's Den podcast on
Yeah.
Instagram.
You.
Okay. And you can also DM us and stuff there because we will respond. Okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
And she said, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I did.